Hi guys, Coach David McMahon, Maximum Life Academy. Okay guys, settle down and let's get into this video, because if you're in a position now where your girlfriend or your wife is leaving you, you're going to be feeling very anxious, unloved, you're not going to be happy with your life, and you're going to be thinking and obsessed with how can I get this woman back. Now you might be listening to this and you've gone out on a date with a woman for 3 or 4 times. It doesn't really matter if you are struggling to keep the attraction and love of a woman that is in your life, whether it be your wife, your girlfriend, or a woman you've been dating for a while. Then the problem is the same. You're doing things that the woman finds reprehensible, unattractive, and she wants to pull away from you. So what I've titled this video article is how to be the man your wife leaves you for. If a woman isn't happy with a man, what she's going to do is she's going to pull away from him. It's as simple as that. So when a woman pulls away from a man, the man ends up chasing her, which makes her pull away more. It's counterintuitive, but if you just look at your life now, what's going on, you will find that you're calling her more, you're texting her more, you're trying to do more to get that woman back into your life. That works completely against it. The man she's leaving you for doesn't do that, so you need to become that man. So the question is, the multi-million-dollar question is how do you do that? Well, why women lose attraction for their man? It comes down to these reasons, okay? And these are hard truths that hopefully you're going to accept, and if you accept them, then you can start changing them. You drop the ball. The amount of times that I've seen men in relationships, you just think, right, I've got this girl in my life now, I'm married, you don't have to do anything. So you stop doing the things that made you a man. And I use this analogy quite a bit. Imagine you're in great shape. Okay, most of the guys that come to me have stopped working out. But imagine you've got a really good body. That body needs to be maintained. You need to train at least 3 times a week. You need to eat the right food. You need to put the right nutrients into your body to maintain that physique. It's exactly the same with a relationship. If you stop doing the things that attracted to the woman in the first place, or masculine behavior, then she's going to then start pulling away from you because she's attracted to masculinity. You rest on your laurels, okay? So if we're looking at here where it says rest on your laurels, the reason you're doing that is because you just think you've made it. You know, you've made it. If you're married to a woman or you've been living with a girl for a while, you just think, well, she's moved into me. I've done all the things I need to do, so I don't need to do anything else. So you stop dating her. You stop listening to her in the right way. You don't keep your word. You just basically become a slob, okay? Here, number 3, you stop pushing yourself, okay? Most guys, when they're in a life, they just think, right, I've reached a point in my life where I'm happy with, and you stop pushing it. You lose your passion. You're in a job that you hate. Like one of my clients is a lawyer, and he hates his job. He's reasonable, he earns a good salary, but he hates his job. But initially when he became a lawyer because he wanted to succeed in life. He wanted to help people. And then he just got involved in the corporate world. He hated the corporate world. So he just thought, right, I've got a job, it pays the bills, I'm providing for my family. That's not what it is, because deep down, he hates himself. He hates the fact that he's settled for his life and a woman picks up on that. 4th thing here is you stop leading. Women want to be led by a man, and if you stop leading her, it becomes deeply unattractive. You stop leading on dates, you stop leading in your life, you stop leading with the emotion that is coming from the relationship. So the woman gets disappointed, you can't lead her out of that disappointment. She gets frustrated, you can't lead her out of that frustrated. She gets scared, you can't lead her out of that fear. You see where we're coming from? Also, here, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be seeking comfort from a woman. The worst thing any man can do when he's feeling afraid, if he's feeling uncertain, is go to a woman for comfort. And that's exactly what you're doing. So if you're in a situation now where your wife or your girlfriend is pulling away, you're going to feel scared. you're going to feel unconfident and you're going to feel unloved. So what you're going to do, you're going to try and get that from a woman, and it creeps her out. The reason it creeps her out is most men that come to me for help have an anxious attachment style. In life, there are three types of attachment. You're either securely attached, you're a secure person, whether you be a man or a woman. You're insecure, which is most of the people in the world, or you are avoidantly secure. Avoidant people don't like to be trapped. They are very reserved with their emotions because they're scared to let the guard down. Essentially, an avoidant attached person is insecure, but what they've managed to do is push people away to keep them anxious, and that way is a form of control. Now, the problem is with a woman, if she's an avoidant attached person, the more anxious you become, the more she runs away from you. So the more you seek comfort, the more the woman is going to pull back. Essentially, that's how bad boys can keep a woman attracted for a certain length of time. But when a woman wants to settle down, she won't want a bad boy. She wants somebody who's secure. So you need to become more secure. That's how I teach my guys. I teach them to become more secure in themselves. The next one is you become boring and predictable. And I've seen this time and time and time again. You come home at the same time, you put on the same shows, you go out with your buddies at the same time, you take it to the same restaurants. And if you look at relationships that are failing, one of the key signs is they start going out more and more with couples. You don't want to do that, because when you're going out more and more with couples, it says that you can't spend time one-on-one with each other. And I've seen this before where let's say you've got 4 couples that are hanging out together and one couple breaks up. Guess what? The other couple breaks up because you're attracting the same type of energy into your life. You mustn't be boring and predictable. You must always have an edge to your life. You must always have an adventure. If you can imagine, and I use this metaphor, you're on a sailing boat, and I want you to imagine you're on a sailing boat with your wife. That sailing boat can go to any place in the world. That's what a woman wants. She wants to keep that adventure in her life. That's why she reads these romantic novels, because there's an adventure, there's always intrigue, there's always mystery. That's what she wants. As soon as you become boring and predictable, then she's going to lose attraction for you. The solution is to become the man that your next wife will never leave. If you are all of the things, or doing the things, or being the things that we've just talked about on the previous slide, what will happen is a woman will then start fantasizing about a man who she truly wants to be with, the black blueprint of her life, the man she really wants to be with. So a woman, when she's maturing as a woman, she will always have this kind of ideal blueprint in her DNA of what masculinity is. So when you don't start showing up, the first thing she's going to do is she's going to emotionally disconnect with you. Now, she may do that in novels. She may do that with talking to a guy in work. She may do that in romantic movies. One way or the other, she's going to emotionally disconnect with you. And then what she's going to do is she's going to try and emotionally connect with a man that she truly wants to be with. So the key is to become that your next wife would never leave. So if the woman is pulling away, you want to focus on, what is the man I want to be that my next wife would never leave me for? I'm not asking you to leave the marriage. What I'm trying to do is to get you to pull back away from trying to please this woman. So let's look at how you do that. The number one thing you've got to do is to stop pleasing her. So when things are not going right, you're going to start coming up to her and you're going to start saying, look, we need to talk. You're going to start suggesting you go into therapy. You're going to start writing a note telling her how much of a man you've been for her. You're going to start doing things. And all of the things that you're doing is trying to please her. What you're trying to do is cover that anxiety. She knows that. She knows you're doing things that are false in order to get comfort from her. So you must stop pleasing her. All right. So I told one of my clients the other day, very, very simple, his wife, he's in my program, and his wife was just being rude to him. And I basically told him just to say this, look, I really don't like the way you're talking to me. The conversation isn't going to go anywhere while you're being like this with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my time from me. When you want to talk and when you want to be sweet, I'll listen to you, but I'm not going to listen to any abuse or any derogatory statements you're leveling at me. And he just zipped his mouth and he walked away. That was him setting a boundary very, very quickly. You've got to write a sentence out in those lines, but essentially what you're telling the woman, I'm not going to be abused by you, I'm not listening to your criticism, and I'm not going to react to your criticism, I'm going to walk away. Most guys, when a woman is throwing barrages at them, engage in an argument with a woman. You'll never win an argument with a woman, okay? You never want to win an argument with a woman. What you're looking for is a woman to respect you, be nice to you, be gentle with you, and show you affection. And she's not going to do that when she feels that you're doing things to get her comfort because you're feeling anxious. Always remember that. If you're trying to get comfort to relieve your anxiety from a woman, you're going to do things to do that, and she's going to pick up on that. They're very intuitive. Number 2 here, what you want to do is you want to start dating yourself. Imagine now that your marriage is over, your girlfriend's going to leave you, then just go out and have fun with yourself. Take yourself to a movie, take yourself to a concert, take yourself to a play, go for a hike. Maybe go away for 3 days, okay? I live in Vancouver here. One of my clients, he's never been to Tofino. And I says to him, right, just go to Tofino, turn your phone off, just send her a text. I'm going away for 3 days. My phone's off. Get on. He got on a ferry on his car and he went to Tofino and he spent a weekend in Tofino. And when he got back, she was like wondering what he was doing. But he just switched off. He just thought, right, she doesn't want my time. She's being rude to me and I'm going to go and date myself. He had a great time in Tofino. He met people. He went for a hike. He came back. He felt really relaxed. I told him to call me as soon as he landed back. He got back in Vancouver because Tofino is on Vancouver Island. So you've got to sail there on a ferry. And he says, David, I feel great. I just don't feel like there's any conflict in my life. I've met some really good people over there. He was talking to a few women while he was over there. He had a workout, plenty of hiking, nice good food, and he slept very, very well. So I says, right, when you walk back into your house, she's going to feel that energy. So don't react to her, okay? Just say, look, you didn't want my time, you didn't want my presence, so I removed my presence from you. Okay, that was that. And then what she'll do is she'll start kicking off. And then I told him to say to her, look, what's going on in your life? I'll listen to you if you want to talk. Bingo. So what he did is he removed himself, he dated himself, he had a great time, he nurtured himself, and then he got back on point. Obviously, there's more that he has to do. And that's what we've got here. So when this client I'm talking about here, when he got back, he didn't react to her emotional abuse. She was afraid. You've got to remember, women are very, very competitive when it comes to other women. So when you're not reacting to her emotional abuse, when he went away, she couldn't control him. All right, because a lot of women, what they like to do is abuse you so they can control you. So they think, right, I've got him off his masculine frame and I can control his emotions. When you don't react, then she's got no weapons of basically, you've neutralized them, all right? You've got to neutralize them. So what you do is you deflect. She sees that you're not reacting. You're seeing that you're not trying to please her. Then she starts then reattracting to you. Do you see how these are all coming in? Breathe, relax, and move forward. Anytime you feel stress, just pull back, just go, and just breathe. Think, I don't have to, and say to yourself, I don't have to relax, I'm in control. So you just go, you breathe out and you say, I don't have to react, I'm in control. So you're in control of your emotions. 5, work out and build back your life. The amount of men that I work with have stopped working out, they've stopped eating the right foods, and they've stopped taking care and nurturing themselves. You get back in that gym, you start eating the right foods, you stop drinking alcohol. Alcohol is for losers. If you stop drinking alcohol, your life will turn around extremely quickly. And also the friends that shouldn't be in your life will turn around very, very quickly. The other thing you want to do is you must start setting healthy boundaries. One of my clients, his mother-in-law was extremely and is extremely abusive. One of the boundaries he set with his wife as the repairing the marriage is saying, look, your mother is disrespectful to me. I don't want to in my life. If you want to go and see her, then that's entirely up to you. But if we're going to move forward, this unhealthy person that's coming into our lives is not going to work for me. That's what he says. So essentially what I've said before is become the man that your next wife will be attracted to. Let's say the marriage didn't work out. What I always say to a guy is look at the mother-in-law. Is she controlling? Is she manipulative? And can the woman set healthy boundaries with her? If she can't, then that isn't the woman for you. So in a marriage, if it's going sideways, what you've got to do is you've got to draw a line in the sand and say to your wife, look, this isn't working for me. This isn't going to work for the marriage. What I want, and hopefully what you want, is for this marriage to succeed. So we can only please the marriage and what is going to work best for the marriage. That way, what you're doing is you're getting your wife or your girlfriend to think, right, yeah, do I want to be with this man? Do I want this marriage to work? You've always got to go from the principle that the marriage has failed, and you have to then become the man that she will be attracted to and be led by. And that is only going to happen if you're going to start doing all of these 6 things, okay? And they have to be done properly. But setting healthy boundaries is one of them. You're not telling her she can't see a mother-in-law, but if the mother comes into your home and disrespects you, and all of these things and undermines your position and leadership in that house, then eventually it's just going to keep eroding and eroding and eroding. You don't want that. You must set healthy boundaries, all right? And finally, a man can only naturally draw a woman he desires by embodying the qualities he himself finds attractive, respects, and loves. Most guys do things to please somebody else or become that person. They become a people pleaser because they don't want to lose the attraction of a woman. Your masculinity, your drive and your purpose must always be above a woman, because the minute, guys, I will tell you this in my 54 years of being on this planet, the minute you drop that below a woman and pedestalize a woman above what you're supposed to be as a man is the minute a woman loses attraction for you. Now, here's what I'm going to offer you now. If you guys have reached a stage in your life where you know that your wife is going to leave you, if you realize that you cannot do this on your own and you need to be coached and you want to change as a man, you're motivated to change. It's not a dream for you. You just think, right, I've had enough of my life being where it's at. I want to change. Below this video, there is a link to book a 30-minute free discovery call with me. On that call, we're going to find out exactly what you're doing wrong, find out exactly what you want to achieve in your life, and we're going to set a plan in place to achieve that. If that is you, then we'll speak to you soon. Other than that, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next video.